Hello, what's up everybody? Danny Lightning here. Got War Machine here with me, so we're gonna talk about some game stuff. Today we want to talk about a little bit of issues on beacon modes. And this is mainly an issue with other players not knowing how or not properly playing beacon modes. So many times, alright, all the other players just run off into a back corner and there's one guy or maybe two guys out there trying to get the beacons and everyone's just hiding in the back. Alright, if you're gonna do that, please don't play beacon modes, guys. Play some team deathmatch or go play some free-for-all if all you care is about the kills. Alright, I don't know how many times I lose beacon games because my team is not even bothering to get any beacons. They just want to hide and camp. And that's what loses matches, okay? So everybody say hello to War Machine.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good to see you. Got Crack the Sky in the house, K-Fed, Adita, Omniverse, Thomas, Catters. Good to see you, everybody. Thomas, Ivano.
I saw somebody was trying to find our PSI channel and was not able to, so I just made PSI a moderator so it can post a link to its own channel. Alright, so look that up, click that link if you guys were trying to find the channel and couldn't.
Yep.
That's cool if you guys trying to check out our other channels. It's me, War Machine, and Tattoo Josh on that channel.
Matter of fact, speaking of the devil, Tattoo Josh just entered. What's up, buddy?
Is the stream working?
Yeah, the stream's working. I'm on the other phone and watching it.
This is
I'm
weird.
looking at the hover gameplay.
On my end, it's telling me there's no data, meaning there's no stream right now.
Right. Yeah, and I'm watching it. I'm looking at the hover and the Lone Spankers like, hey, KD, Daniel Barajas said, you guys see God's Islander channel going bye-bye. Yeah, from what I heard, I think he's going to be taking a job with Pixonic.
Huh. I actually didn't see that. Hold on, I'm gonna click on the stream for a second. This might get a little noisy, guys. All right, never mind. It's muted. I just want to make sure it's working because on my end, YouTube's telling me no data, which means I can't stream. So I just want to make sure I got everything.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream, the gameplay. It's live, and
this is weird.
Like,
all right. Yeah. Last time I was streaming, I had some issues, but now it says excellent connection. YouTube's a weird thing, guys. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about Islander maybe going away. That's interesting.
Yeah, I watched his video last night, and he was saying that he bigger and better things are coming. I think he got an offer for Pixonic. He didn't say it on there, but he hinted around to it. So we'll find out on the upcoming videos on what he's got going on in the future with that. We'll keep everybody tuned.
All right, so we don't really know why, but he'll probably let us know eventually.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, y'all got to get the beacons. I mean, you got to get the beacons when you're playing Beacon Rush, guys, or Domination. But I mean, the idea is you want to win matches and not lose matches unless you're trying to be a tanker or something, and nobody likes tankers, so... All right. First thing is you should have one guy when the match starts. If you're playing any type of beacon match, one guy should go to the left, one guy should go to the right. Everybody else needs to run directly to the center. Everybody needs to run to the center and try and grab center beacon. And unfortunately, you have like half of the time there's one person on the team that goes for center and nobody else even bothers to try and grab it. And 5 or 6 of the other team just runs up and takes it, and at that point, you're almost guaranteed to lose the match right from the start.
All right. Yep.
So you need to get all 3 beacons as quickly as possible. Don't worry about the other 2. Let the team have the other 2. All you need is 3. You need to hold 3 beacons, okay? That's it. 3 beacons. Whoever holds 3 for the longest time wins. All right, center's always the hardest one to get or keep. So you need your team to really go in there right from the start and get that thing ASAP.
Yep. All you got to do is hold down 3 beacons, 51% of the 10-minute match, and you'll win the game. You know what I mean? It's just beacon control on that. But if y'all see that the other team is rushing, they done capped 1 beacon, they're rushing over to the other beacon, right? That y'all just turned blue. If the whole team's rushing that way, don't go over and try to, hold back 5 shells and 16 other bots over there on that 1 beacon that they're trying to turn. Let them take it if the whole team is there, and counter and go to another red beacon where the team ain't there and cap that beacon. So if they want to take that beacon, go ahead and grab that beacon. That's how you do it. If you're over there fighting that team off of that 1 beacon for 5 minutes, they're going to win the match.
Lone Spanker, he's asking if we're talking about bacon. No, sir. Beacons.
Get to the bacon now.
It's not the bacon. It's not a bacon.
Yep.
It's a beacon, not the bacon.
John Wick in the house, and we also got Ivano and Jock in the house. I don't know if it's Jock or Jockey. How would you say his name is? Because it's got the E on it. It would be Jock.
I believe it's Jacques.
Silent?
Like Jacques Cousteau. I think it's that. Jacques.
Yep, we got Easy Alice in the house. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep. Don't forget to hit that like button.
So what do you guys think the new Titan is going to do? All right, they haven't really told us what its new ability is going to be, but they do say it's something that's going to cause a little extra damage, but not too much extra damage. That's pretty much all I've heard. War Machine said he heard something similar to that. What was yours that you heard?
Well, on that, it's kind of like the Ravana with the 3 weapons and that, but it's also, they said it's also going to be kind of like how the like on your last video when you explained it, how that ability is going to be somewhat almost like the Nodin's ability or something like that, to where you can actually
what they
or
hold
leech,
on. What they said is the ability on this new Titan is going to be similar to Ravana, the way Nodins and Leech have a similar ability.
Right.
They really don't. Leech and Ravana don't. I mean, Leech and Nodins.
Right.
Except for the
only
then
that little laser that goes from them to them. A
little tether connects to other players. That's the only thing I see that they have in common. So to me, that hint doesn't make any sense.
Right, but when you go in your ability with the new Titan bot, yes, you can give more damage output, but you can also take more damage output too.
John Wick says,
while you're in your ability.
Dash explosion. I sure hope not.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Something like that, yeah.
Ivano says damage to our wallets. Oh my god. That's funny, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what it's going to do, guys. Yeah, I hope it's not an explosion like Shell. That would be awful. Well, then again, I mean, Arthur already does that. So I kind of think we're going to have something different, I don't think they're going to give 2 Titans a butt blast type of thing.
Yeah.
What's the new Titan's name? I don't know how else to pronounce it. It's like Shangri-La or something like that. Do you know how to say it?
No.
It's
Unless
like
I hear it. Because, when the Typhoon came out, or Typhon, I thought it was going to be Typhoon, but Typhoon's got the 2 O's. And then I looked up what Typhon was, and it's a god, and I was like, okay, well,
It's Sharanga. Shranga or something like that. No idea how to pronounce this, guys. I apologize, but I have no clue.
Sharanka or something like that. Welcome, Snake Dude. Thank you for joining us, buddy. He said he can't stay long, but he just jumped in to say, hey, Venus, what's up?
Good to see you guys. Tony WR. I kind of like that little symbol with the T, Tony. And that black and green, that really stands out a lot. That's very easy to recognize.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about
we got some people I ain't never seen before in here, Danny, so that's good. Good to see new faces in here.
Well, buddy, unfortunately, I don't think Shell is going to get nerfed anytime soon. I mean, he's going to get nerfed eventually. I'm guessing
the shell ain't the problem. It's running multiple shells. Yeah. I think that if the shell don't need to be nerfed, what I think needs to happen on that is if you get hit by one shell butt blast, you should be immune for the next 10 seconds on any other shell butt blast. You know what I mean? Explosion. So
yeah, that would be great.
There should be an immunity there instead of 5 of them rushing in on you and 3 of them going off pretty much simultaneously, and you're taking hit. You're gonna lose your bot just on that. I think that you should be resistance. 10-second resistance after a butt blast before you get hit by another butt blast again, and that'll stop these guys from running these multiple shells, going out here training with these shells.
All right, Odd Joe's, there's always one overpowered robot in the game, and it's always kind of ruining the game in a way. So unfortunately, we always have one nightmare to deal with on the battlefield until they finally nerf it and bring out the next nightmare that's just as bad, if not worse. Now, I will say Shell, in my opinion, is nowhere near as bad as the Hawks were. That was the worst thing I've ever seen happen to the game. Now that they nerfed the Hawk, it's under control, but Hawks were freaking out of control. The shells are a nightmare to deal with as well, but I don't know. I'm not really too upset with them at the moment. So they're not bothering me the way the other thing was.
Yeah.
Someone said something about the drone rumors. So there is going to be a drone rework coming, okay? They're talking about maybe... Okay, none of this is actually set in stone. This is just a proposal as of right now. But they're talking about getting rid of battery chips and reducing the amount of slots each drone can have, okay? Now, if they do get rid of the battery chips, you will be compensated for every single battery chip that you have, which gets removed from the game. But right now, they're thinking drones are a little bit too overpowered. People are getting like 200, 300, 400% extra damage, and that wasn't their intention for that kind of thing to happen with the drones. So, plus the other problem is a lot of people don't understand the drones and find it very complicated. So, they think it'll simplify things a little bit. But all I can really tell you is they're going to take away the battery chips and reduce the amount of slots drones can hold. As far as I know, that's really going to be the only main changes. And some people think that's great. Some people don't. But I mean, I don't see that being a bad thing, honestly.
Yeah. Snake Dude said he just spent $100 and all he wanted was Tiger Scatters, and it showed up 4 times, but he didn't get it either time. So he feels like he wants to quit the game, but he will see. Snake Dude, that's just how it is, buddy. I mean, it's by chance, unless you see something in store where they have a sale with a scatter in there for $20 or something, a special edition, or 2 scatters for X amount of money or something. It's really not set in stone. If you're trying to get something out of a vent task and you want something in particular, you may spend $600 and not get it. It's almost like Pixonic knows from what you have in your hangar and what you're wanting and needing, and it kind of withholds that from you a little bit somewhat. So the algorithm of it.
Hey, Maichi, how's it going? Good to see ya. Maichi is a cool YouTuber if you guys would like to check her out.
Yep, she's awesome.
Snake Dude, I don't know if Snake Dude's still here, but he's also a YouTuber. What was I gonna say? I had something that felt very important to say, and now I've lost my train of thought. What was it? What were you just saying, War Machine? I forget. See, my brain's broken today. I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt like it was super important. I know we were talking about the drone chips. And then, what was it?
Oh, Maichi said that she's sick today. Danny, she said, how are you doing? We hope you get feeling better, sister.
I wish I could send you some
we was talking about the Tiger Scatters and stuff that, you may spend $100 or $200.
Thank you. All right, guys. One thing you got to know about buying the tokens to buy the crates, okay? This is what I tell everybody. Don't expect too much out of the crates and you will not be disappointed. It's just like gambling, guys. It's gambling. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Those crates do not guarantee you to get what you want. You're guaranteed to get something, which is actually better than gambling. But the chances of the good items popping out are few and far between. And then when a good item does pop out, you don't know which one of the three you're going to get. So it is not easy to get what you want out of those. So anybody going in, spending their money on those tokens just has to remember, don't expect too much and you won't be disappointed, okay?
That's right. Keep your expectations low, you know what I'm saying? And and you may get what you want. Like Josh just said, congratulations on that. He just said he got 2 of the new scatters, tiger scatters. Congratulations, Josh.
Nice,
I know he's
Josh.
wanting a shell bot, and he's hit that chest I don't know how many times. And he's even spent a little money to hit that chest and stuff and spin it. And he's got the pilots, he's got the shell pilots, but no shells. So it's almost like they know what you want, guys.
Okay, in my opinion, if you're going to spend money on this game, buy the VIP pass, okay? You get 50% more silver, you get through operations 50% faster and some junk like that. There's a lot of good deals for gold where, I mean, for like $12 you can get 5,000 gold. I see that all the time. Personally, I would not buy the event coins, okay? Save up as many, grind your butt off if you can. You should be able to open, quite a few of those, and whatever comes out, comes out. But personally, I wouldn't spend too much money on those myself because I just know I'm probably not going to get what I want. It's probably just going to give me a bunch of junk. Like, I just...
See, when I got that shell, Danny, it wasn't a special prize. You know how on the 300 chest, the event, you open it 5 times, whatever, and the next one's a special. It wasn't that. It was one of like in between regular deals, and I hit, and it came, and I won the shell. I was like, holy crap, that wasn't even a special one. Now everybody else I know that's hit the special, it'd have a shell, a weapon and something else, and they always get either component points or something else. You gotta get lucky to get that shell.
Catters just asked, what's the story with the battery chips? Well, we just said that. I don't know if you were away from the stream or not, but they're proposing on removing battery chips from the game, and if they do, you'll get compensated for all the chips that you lose. So let's just say you have 100 battery chips. Whatever they compensate with, you'll get 100, that item 100 times, whatever it is. I don't know if it's going to be gold or platinum or silver or what, okay? But they are proposing this. I don't think nothing's set in stone yet, okay? It's probably going to happen, but maybe not. Flash says, when will iOS and Android play together? They're working on that very hard. Some people think on the next upcoming update that's going to be a thing, but I can't guarantee it, okay? If it's ready by then, we might actually see that on the next update, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Hulk, what's up, buddy?
Krishanu Nog says, please tell me about Foolhardy Quartermaster. You know about that, Danny?
Foolhardy Quartermaster. Hold on a second. Let me look that up. I got to make sure that's the skill that I'm thinking about really quick, because there's 2 of them that sound kind of similar, and I always get confused which is which. So give me 1
mixed
second.
up, yeah.
I'm going to make sure I'm talking about the right one here, so let me look on my pilots really quickly.
Okay.
I think that's the one I have on my Blitz, right? Nope, I'm thinking of Death Survivor, so I was going to talk about the wrong skill. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me find the Quartermaster on the list.
I know that I've got that skill on my Nicholas pilot from my Fenrir, but I can't remember what exactly it says right off verbatim.
Okay, so here's the deal with that. Let's just say you have a phase shift on your robot. You go into phase shift, you come out of phase shift, and the second you get shot a few times and drop below 50% health, you can activate your phase shift or your healing module or your or your whatever active module you have on your robot. As soon as you go below 50% health, it recharges it even if it's not ready, okay? So it will
But it's
allow
only
you,
active. You can only do that one time for that bot.
Yeah, one time per game. Personally, it's just another thing to take up power cells. So I mean, it's nice if you got more power cells and you know what to do with. That's a cool skill. But honestly, I would much rather run something else unless I was like, well, there's no other skills I want to run, and I'd like to be able to activate my module twice. Now, like on a tank like a Fenrir or a Falcon or something, that would come in really handy to keep them alive. But for the most part, I'm not into that one myself. But hopefully that answered your question there.
Yeah.
My stream, YouTube's telling me the stream has excellent conditions. So if you're having problems, maybe try to restart your phone and come back. Looks like it's working good for me here. Sometimes if I'm having problems on a stream, I just restart my phone and then it's fine again.
Adore told me, he said, nope, it's possible to do it multiple times, War Machine.
Oh wait, sometimes maybe if you heal up and then you drop back below. I don't think that's the case, but maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. That may be a hack with that you know, you heal yourself back up past that line, maybe it'll kick in again, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Adore put that in. Just gotta track the system. Or trick the system. Yeah, that's what I figured. But a lot of people don't know how to do that, Adore, buddy. They just going by what that ability it says.
Objaws. I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. He thinks we should get a portion of our silver back after they nerf something because, you know, we spent a bunch of silver to make something good and then it gets nerfed. Unfortunately, I don't think Pixonic's planning on doing that, but
no,
you know, that would be awesome if they did. I would love to see that happen, okay? A lot of us would love to see that happen. I mean, I get it. Something's too overpowered. You got to nerf it. But I would honestly love to see them stop making overpowered stuff, or instead of nerfing it, just buff everything else to make it equal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It kind of sucks to get something that's really good and then all of a sudden, bam, it gets hit with a Nerf hammer.
Gets hit, yep. Like, you know, the Al June, that didn't need that third nerf at all. I don't care what any other YouTuber says, it did not need that. Joseph Picotti, whatever, says, Lightning, I just got another Ox Minos. Another one. Sell one.
Yeah. I would sell them if you got more than one, buddy. Those are cool. Those are really cool. I love those things, honestly. But yeah, I've got one of those myself. I pulled an Ox Minos. I like it, but I've already got a regular Minos, so I'm probably not going to use it. Capodicious. I probably said that wrong too. Is there a way to reduce your cooldown on robot special abilities? Yes, there is. There is a booster you can run that will, you know, make the cooldowns a little shorter. So I don't know if you happen to have any of those boosters or not. I think there might be a pilot skill that does that. Let me look again. There's some obscure pilot skills that I never actually use. Let me go look through those because I think there is one of those, but I could be wrong. So.
Well, I don't use the ones that's specific for a weapon unless I plan on keeping them weapons on there for a long time. Because if something gets nerfed, then you got all that time and grind in them pilot skills that's specific for that weapon. Then guess what? You know, when you take them weapons off of that bot because it got nerfed or whatever, and you switch the weapons, and then that pilot skill is nil and void.
I'm actually not seeing that pilot skill, so maybe the booster is the only way for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Bossburger just said Al June needs much more nerf.
Al June
needs much more nerf, huh?
I kind of disagree on that one, buddy. They hit Al June really hard. He went from being a really awesome robot to just kind of okay. He's one of those robots where if you know how to play him, he's really good, but he's so easy to take out. I mean, you can kill him when he's on his way up. You can kill him when he's on his way down. He's super squishy. He only flies for like what feels like a few seconds now. I don't feel like he needs nerfed anymore. But
thank you, Tony.
I can see how some people may think that, but he's not one of the better robots in the game, but he's definitely making a comeback. And yes, Tony, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the donation. That's really nice of you.
Much appreciated. Yeah, really nice of him.
I see a baddie in the house.
Blockburgers got timed out for that comment. I noticed that people, MK212, everything, and Nerfs don't matter to them. Well, it kind of does, because they've got their time and money and grind and all that invested in the stuff too that just gets nerfed, and then they've got to switch all their stuff around and go to the new meta. So it is a little bit inconvenient for them too as well. But where it's different from them versus us is because even though they get nerfed, weapons get nerfed, their MK2 with maxed out overdrives and stuff, it only takes a little portion of theirs. You don't see that much of a difference on if they pound on you. You ain't gonna see no difference on their nerf.
I will tell you this.
They may see it.
I don't think there's a weapon in this game that's bad if you max it out. All right. Even some of the kind of crappy weapons, like I have the little magnums. The little magnums aren't really that great of a weapon, right? You max out those magnums, which are actually unbelievably inexpensive to max out compared to other stuff. Those little magnums will tear you up when you get them up into the high Mark II range. So pretty much any weapon in this game is still good. I don't think there's anything out there that's actually bad. Well, I take that back. You got stuff like trebuchets where you get one shot and then it takes like 3 minutes to reload. Of course, that's an exaggeration, but the reload time makes that weapon suck. But I think pretty much every weapon in the game deals good damage if you level it up high enough. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Danny. I agree 110%.
Oh, God. Matchkey says, Vortex Mark II level 12. That's
they
terrifying.
Are nasty.
That's
I don't have a Mark II, but I've got level 12 ones on my Spectre, and they're nasty at level 12.
Oh, LOL Gamer said he's got the Hydras. We hate Hydras, LOL. Those things are the most annoying weapon in the game.
I hate Hydra campers. One's a setback with a bot the whole game and only get 180,000 hit damage. The whole game set back with Hydras.
Those things are
and
a
all
pain.
Hydras, any Hydra user I've ever seen out there, only thing they're out there trying to do is steal kills.
Joseph said he deals lots of damage with Titans to trebuchets. Yeah, trebuchets do hit really hard, but that sitting there waiting for that thing to reload, man, that sucks. That's the only problem with those.
Yeah, the reload time's what kills trebs. I've got Mark II level 12 trebs, 4 of them sitting in my back hangar right now. I don't even run because you can only shoot them 10 times in a 10-minute match with the reload. Raijin said, go ahead, Danny.
Is Raijin Dragoon any good? Man, I'll tell you what. Pretty much Dragoon anything is good. Those Dragoons hit really hard. The only time they suck is when you're trying to break somebody's physical shield. But besides that, those are some awesome weapons on pretty much any robot you throw them on. Now, Raijin himself, he's good up until maybe like Gold League or so. And then, I mean, I play mine every once in a while in Champions, but problem is Raijin goes into his ability. You know, he can't get out of it. It takes him like 3 seconds before he can walk again when you try to get out of the ability. Scorpions come in, they stomp on you. Those fast little robots stomp on you. Yeah. It's a great setup on Raijin, but once you get into higher leagues, Raijin just doesn't really do the trick anymore. I love that robot, but every time I try and play him now, he's just like dead in a few seconds because too many robots can just get in there and you know, tear him up quickly. So
I used to hate them spider bots just for the simple fact that you would get tangled up in their feet when you tried to go around them in a tunnel or around a building or something. You get tangled up with them. Now I think they got it, that they fixed that. They patched it now to where you can't get tangled up in their feet. You know, you kind of walk right through their feet. But it used to be the biggest pain in the butt in a tunnel or something, and you get one of them spider bots. You know, any of them, Waylon, the Raijin, you know, any of them, and they'd get you right up against the wall, and he ain't trying, I don't think, you know what I mean? But he posts up, and then you're like in between 2 feet and a wall, and you can't go nowhere, and you get guys coming around the tunnel shooting at you, and you're setting duck. That's happened to me a lot. That's the only reason why I don't really like the spider bots. But Danny was correct. Past Gold League, you're really not going to see them out there.
All right, so Shadow Fox says Noricums suck at any level. I actually have no idea what that is. What is that? What is a Noricum or Noricom or? Is that the mini ballista?
Yeah, something like that. They are kind of a crappy weapon. You can even have those things kind of marked out, and they still don't hit hard.
I've never actually used that weapon. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody use it, so I'm not familiar with that one. Actually,
that's just like the King Dangs. You ain't gonna see them out there, you know, in high level.
Those are actually pretty decent on like a Jaeger, though, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Somebody I saw made a video. I think it might have been AD Gaming, or it was one of the other guys made a video with, I think it was the King Dangs, all right, on the Jaeger. Plus that Jaeger's built-in weapon. He was tearing some people up with it. But he was running the drone chips that gave it a whole crap load of extra damage, though. So
yeah, and he was probably running, you know, he's probably running a mod or two on there that, you know, overdrive or something maxed out to give it more additional hit power. But those weapons do hit good if they're marked out, you know.
I see somebody typing in Russian. I'm sorry, but we don't understand Russian.
Joseph said it was Adrian, Danny.
Oh, it was Adrian. Okay.
Adrian.
My memory's bad, so.
Yeah. Hey, Shadow Fox. Good to see you. Oh, Danny, what you got to say about those new flame rockets, the weapons that's coming out, buddy?
Well, we're not really going to know. They're going to be
overpowered.
We're not going to really know until they actually come on the live server, but on last weekend's test server, they were very strong. Those are going to be like shell. That's almost going to nerf the shell right there. If people start running those, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot less shells on the battlefield, because I mean that's really a 500 meter weapon that's just designed to destroy physical shields. So
I think it's going to be nasty. I really think it's going to be a nasty weapon, and oh man, I seen the gameplay on that and everything and stuff, and I was like, I don't have nothing that can compete with that. You know what I mean? If it'd go through a shell that fast, just like 8 shots, and the shell was done, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's a nasty weapon, guys. It may not be this powerful when it comes out on the live server, or it could be more powerful. I mean, and plus the only thing is we're testing these things at level 8, so we don't really know what it's going to be like once you get it up into the Mark II. I mean, it might be as strong as that thing was at level 8. It might be a nightmare once they get leveled up more. So.
I think it's gonna be a shell killer, and it's gonna be a tank killer. That's like Adore just said in there. I honestly think it's gonna be a tank killer. Hey, Sky Blue, good to see you, buddy.
Anybody we haven't said hello to, we're sorry. Lots of people are stopping in. The comments go pretty fast. We're trying to answer questions, so if we don't,
Punishers are very good.
If we don't see your question or don't say hello, we apologize, but we appreciate all you guys coming out here and stuff. If we happen to miss your question, feel free to ask again. Just don't spam it. Wait 2 or 3 minutes before you ask again, please.
Okay. Adore's wanting to know if he can bounce in to give some advice on a new weapon.
Adore. All right. It's $395.99 plus $12,000 for shipping and handling to join my live streams. But you know, if you're okay with that, hop on in.
Yeah.
I think I just gave him the other day. Me and Adore recorded a video, okay? It's supposed to come out today about an hour after the stream ends. So I think he has access to get in this room right now. So yeah, you can come on in.
Hey, Adore.
Hey. So the new weapons, they're gonna be anti-tank weapons just because you see they are not great at like low health robots. So they take, with the bomb effect, they take exactly 15% damage off your robot. So if you're like fighting a Spectre which has 100,000 health, it's gonna lose like 15,000. But if there's Arthur with 1 million, it's gonna lose 150,000 per shot of that bomb.
Yep.
Adore, you're a smart guy. I never actually thought about that kind of thing. That's that's kind of crazy when you put it that way.
That's why he's our technical guy, Danny.
Man. Now I like those weapons even less. I don't want to get... I feel bad for my Arthur. Dang.
It ignores Ansel and physical shields.
Yeah, it's gonna blow up my Arthur and his shield, man. That's gonna be terrible. But yeah, flame rockets, guys. Kinetic rockets with fire. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, guys. So y'all heard it exclusively from Adore. He broke the numbers down right there. That thing's gonna be. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna. It's gonna be a game changer with them shells. You know, shells, Fenrirs, T-Falcons, any tanky bots out there. They're gonna have a big problem with these new weapons.
Like, I see the reason they're bringing out these weapons because since the Hawk was nerfed and the Bernadette Wolf was released at that time, the tanks just got out of control.
Right.
Tanks don't bother me though. I have no
they
problem with the tanks.
Heck,
I'm all good with it.
Yeah, four of my 5 bots in my hangars is tanks.
Now, if the tanks exploded and killed you while you were fighting them like the shell does, then I would have a problem with it. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of explosion, let me make that verse for you. The explosion damage from the new weapons, once you are planted the bomb, like you get the bomb effect. Anyone around 75 meters around you, he's also gonna take the bomb damage.
yeah. Hopefully when it damages your enemies that are, well, let's just say it's somebody on your team, when they explode, if you're near them, you're gonna take damage too, and I'm hoping it's not gonna be too much. I mean, that's gonna be kind of like the shock train effect, which really sucks.
Yeah.
I just hope it's a very small amount that the people around it take, because yeah, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
They should only have it to where it's like maybe 50 meter, splash, or 35 meter splash of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they should go all out and have it like a 65 or 85 meter splash on that, because why should I suffer because some dummy just stuck his neck out of the, you know what I mean, that looked out, you know what I mean?
Hulk just brought up a good point. Anything with like an Aegis shield is going to make a good comeback. He says, I should start running my bulwark again because nothing can bust that Aegis shield. And yeah, he's right. The purple shields and the Aegis shields are going to be nice. But I have a feeling those rockets will take down the Aegis shields pretty quickly, though.
Probably 1 or 2 rockets, your Aegis shield's down, and then the other 3 or 4 will take you down the last fan.
Yeah, Venus says, imagine your team's running away from you because they don't want to get exploded by when the rockets blow you up.
Yeah. Well, so, it's coming.
Roby said that we can finally kill our dumb randoms.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's crazy.
Hey, Joseph
those
D.
Rockets won't be like those rockets won't be great at taking on the Aegis shield because in terms of overall damage, they are doing way less damage than glaciers, and you cannot apply the bomb effect on the shield.
Yeah, it's gonna be good to know. Lone Spanker says he misses his hover. And then, you was fixing the read in there. Joseph said, Lightning, I ran into you in a match before, Danny.
Yeah, hello, Joseph. Yeah, I see people all the time, so you've probably been in there with me more than once, honestly. Half the time, though, I never pay attention to the people's names, but I'll tell you what I do, though, when I do see names, I see the same people over and over a lot, but... Hover. Spanker says hover, dude. Hover's so much fun. On my Battlework account,
Yeah.
that one's owned by Pixonic, and they just sent over the maxed hovers. I made a video about that the other day. Man, that thing is fun. Like, maxed out is really not as bad as it's way better than I thought, because mine's at level 12. It feels a little bit squishy, but if you put some cloaking units on that guy and max it out, it really does help a lot, but it's still easy to kill. You gotta be very careful when playing that little guy.
Azor said, how is Tempest MK212? Tempest is okay, MK212, it's just the reload time.
I don't actually
you don't see 'em out there?
I don't actually have any Tempest at the moment that I can try out, so that hasn't been sent to the account yet. So actually, I don't know. I've never actually played Tempest except for on like skirmishes.
The main reason with the Tempest, which makes it a really bad weapon, is it has really less ammo, and reaching the accelerated states takes so long. Like, by the time you reach accelerated state, you're already half empty.
Okay, Extraordinary I Am XD said, since Adore is here, can he explain how to trigger full-heartedly multiple times?
Oh, so it's really a simple thing. You just need like any drone chips. It doesn't matter, blue, purple, or gold. And if those chips heal you over 50%, the game thinks that you never fell down 50%, so you're going to be able to trigger them multiple times.
So y'all heard it right there, guys. If you know, that's how you trigger it to kick in multiple times. You gotta kind of fool it with them chips.
Yeah, Joseph, we know, buddy. We need more module slots on the old school robots. That's for sure. It kind of sucks that they only have one or two.
And good pilots. They need some good pilot, like the hover. If he come out with a legendary pilot, it would, make him immune for 20 seconds while in air. To 88%. Incoming damage, all incoming damage. You might see them out there again. A lot of hovers.
Did I guess right? I bet that's what you're gonna say, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you do need lots of power cells.
I want to see like Quantum Radar, Shield Breaker, and the phase shift being removed from the game, because paying a certain amount of cost to remove, make an enemy's ability worthless, just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I would love to see a lot of those old bots get a little love, because some of those guys are struggling. I mean, even some of the new ones, like the Cerberus, they should give him the 3 module slots as well.
That's why I haven't sold my Cerberus, Danny, because, if they ever come out with a good pilot or, add another mod spot, because why would they bring up, that was supposed to have been a mid to higher tier bot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be meant as a low tier bot. Mid to high tier bot. Why would they only give it 2 mod spots? All
right. Do you think Mercury is good for Expert League? Well, Mercury is not really one of the best robots anymore, but if you know how to play him, he can be very devastating. I think you almost need to put some sort of lockdown on Mercury. That way, Mercury's jump's kind of short, so you want to make sure the robot can't move and get out of the way when you're jumping to smash him, but I think he is, but personally, he wouldn't be one of my first choices, though. He would be one of my more secondary choices. Love to play this guy, but throw him in every once in a while. I don't think I'd want him in my hangar every day.
Danny, if I was going to run my Mercury, you almost have to run anti-control on him, too, in a last stand. Because, as soon as you come out of your phase shift, when you jump in, that thing, you can melt him just as quick as you can Spectre or anything else.
Lately I've been seeing a lot of top players running the Mercuries and clan squads just because people are running the Demeter and Ares train again, and that's a great counter to them.
Yeah, I'm sure if you run sonic weapons on him and you got lockdown chips and your healing chips and you run an overdrive, anti-control, and a last stand on him. Well, no, the Mercury only has the 2 mod spots, right?
3.
Oh, it's got 3? Okay, so you run anti-control, last stand, and the overdrive on him, and go out there and run him. If you have fun with him, have fun with him, even up in the higher leagues. Heck with it.
Do you think War Robots is becoming pay to win? You know what? If they changed, not really. The main problem I see is we need a little bit of a change on the matchmaking. There are a lot of big spenders out there, and they will level you, but unfortunately, like, the matchmaking, if we change the matchmaking a little bit, it wouldn't be that big of a deal when you have a bunch of spenders. We just need to change in the matchmaking where we don't see people who are way above our leagues. You know, sometimes the matchmaking is really good to me, other times it's not. Sometimes it's okay. But to me, it's not necessarily that it's pay to win. It's more that we need a tweak on the matchmaking to make a better playing experience.
Yeah. Don't put one champion on one side and 4 champions S rank clan on the other side. That's lopsided as heck.
But I will say this, you can give a really lousy player maxed out stuff and they still might suck and do terrible. Or you can give a really good player decent stuff and they might just tear some people up. So that's something you want to think about as well. But a good player with maxed out stuff, that is hard to deal with.
Yep. Or multiple of them, you know. Nad said, Danny, if any ability of Nodens needs 28 removed, in modules needs 28 removed is lockdown. It's ridiculous 28? Now. I don't know. It's ridiculous how many times you could be locked down with the same chips on. I do agree, especially on them typhoons. You can get locked down, get unlocked, take 2 steps and get locked right back down. I think they should have an immunity on that, where if you get locked down, you can't get locked down for another 10 seconds.
What's up, AD? Welcome. AD's another one of the big YouTubers.
Good to see you, AD. Welcome.
Yeah. It sucks kind of like, I think lockdown, freeze, and probably suppression should all have a much longer cooldown time. Honestly. You know, especially like my Titan, like when someone's got those stupid chips that lock down my Titan, and sometimes they go right through your shield, sometimes they don't, like on my Arthur. I mean, my Arthur will get locked down, he'll take 2 or 3 steps, locked down again. 2 or 3 steps, locked down again. That sucks. I mean, sometimes you barely get unlocked. You don't make it very far, and somebody gets you again. So I do think there should be a much longer immunity period.
Yep.
That's one thing I wish Pixonic would really change, because, man.
10 seconds. You know, give us 10 seconds, because if you get locked down, it'll take you 8 to 10 seconds on, like, my Ravana to get back around cover, you know, to in the safe zone, you know, at least.
Good weapons for Mercury. Man, sonic weapons are awesome on the Mercury if you're comfortable getting in really close.
Flamethrowers.
Yeah, flamethrowers are great. They will tear somebody up really quick. I'll tell you one thing that would be really cool is... Crap, Mercury has 2 light weapons, right? Or is it 2 mediums?
2 lights and heavy.
Okay, 2 lights and heavy, yeah.
Okay, if you want to play them like longer range, I think what would be sweet would be the new Magnetars and the Wasp. Not the Magnetars, Magnetars and Wasp would be really cool on there. I've seen a lot of people do really well with Spark and Scourge, but you know, those aren't quite as good for busting up shields. And I've seen some pretty awesome shotgun builds. I'm not really sure I'd play shotguns too much anymore, but if I were going to run the Mercury, I would be all about the sonic weapons on there right now. When those new flame rockets come out, that's going to be an excellent setup for him.
Yes, that will. Yep, that'll be a great setup for him, because then if you have a lockdown chip or suppression chip or even freeze chip on your drone, you can jump to hit them, you know what I mean? With your jump in, with your Mercury, and then lock them down, suppress them, and then cook them. Oh, man, that's going to be deadly. AD Gaming says he loves his big, juicy Fenrir. I love mine, too. Both of mine, buddy.
Yeah, Fenrir is amazing. But yeah, another thing, the freeze rocket Mercury is nasty.
Yeah.
Like, that freeze rocket Mercury, gosh, dang. I've ran into a couple of those where the glaciers were maxed out, and I didn't stand a chance. I mean, it even melted my Fenrir like it was nothing. He hit me with that blast wave and then melted me with those freeze rockets. It was not pleasant.
Taser said he used Rime Glacier on Mercury in the past. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good build, Taser.
Yeah, if you guys ain't got full cryo weapons to go full cryo, and you got like half flame and half cryo, go fire and ice. You know, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, one's 300 meters, one's 350 meters. They're both 5-second reload. I mean, that's a great combo. Freeze them, you know, slow them down, and then cook them.
So we were going on about the flamethrowers last night, and I told a couple of those guys, I said, hey, try the freeze rocket flamethrower mix. And I think everybody who tried it really liked it. War Machine was saying he really wanted to talk about that today, so here's your chance to tell us what you think about that, buddy.
Yeah, I think so, because, you know, you can slow them down with the freeze weapons, and then especially if they're running shells or anything that's tanky, them flamethrowers are going to bypass energy shield, hit their physical shield. So it's a win-win situation. You slow them down. If you got a lockdown chip, you're locking them down, and at the same time you're cooking them and going right to their physical shield. So with any of these bots, it ain't even just a Mercury, you know, with any of these bots with these chips. So fire and ice, that's a great combo. If you guys ain't got all flamethrowers, I've been talking to a bunch of, you know, my friends, Tattoo Josh and all them, and they either got one or they don't have none, but they got cryos, or they've got 2 of this and 2 of that. Well, it ain't gonna hurt nothing to mix match. I don't usually like the hybrid builds, you know, but on those, the fire and ice, if you don't have all 4 or all 3 of the same, you can mix match them and they will work, guys.
Shocker says, what's your favorite bot? Right now, I think Fenrir with the Bernadette Wolf or Hades. Those are my 2 favorites in the game right now.
My 2 favorite is the Fenrir and the Shell.
Mine is Ares.
Yeah,
I knew Adore was gonna say Ares.
Adore has got a really nasty Ares. I said Redor.
Oh man, it's sick.
What the heck is a Redor?
He said Redor.
Some days I just can't talk, man. The words come out of my mouth all jarbled up and stuff. It's like I want to say, "Hi, how was your day?" and I say, "Jarble, jarble, jarble, jarble."
Yeah, jarble, jarble. Neener.
Yeah.
Taylor said on his shell he runs glacier and freeze weapons ability lets me slow them down and does 20% more extra damage plus the pilot skills and drone chips. That's what I was saying. Yep.
I do kind of wish they would start slowing down on how often they bring out new weapons and stuff, though. I mean, new weapons and bots, it's just like every couple months something new comes out and then something else seems to get nerfed. So
yeah.
I'm a little worried that the freeze rockets are going to take a hit when these new fire rockets come out, honestly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know what's going to get nerfed, but I do expect something to be nerfed when those come out into the game. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the sonic weapons yet. I think the sonic weapons are doing so well. They're going to let those ride a little longer, I would believe.
Yeah. I would think. Bobby McCarthy said, what about the cryos on the Ravana?
That's a cool
And Jock said
setup.
his favorite bot was the Ravana. Yeah, I think so. I think the sonic weapons do better on the Ravana, but if you don't have all sonic weapons, you know, to run on one, then that's another, you know, the cryos is very, very, very good on the Ravana.
Yeah, I think the rocket setups are great on Ravana. The sonic weapons and what was the other one? Oh, flamethrowers. Flamethrowers are really good on there too. Those are some of the most popular ones on him, I would say.
Like, the main problem with the cryos is that's the weakest among all 3 freeze rockets. Like, it deals really low amounts of damage unless you have the Mark II.
I don't know. I mean, you get like 3 or 4 of those. If you do have them leveled up enough, they eat some people up quick. But yeah, that's the one thing. You do need to have them leveled up pretty good. So Adore is correct about that.
Yeah, you got to have them leveled up because you really don't. With any weapon, Danny, level 9 or above is where you start getting a bite out of them.
Yeah, like with my cryos, I think I got 4 cryos to level 12, and they're just starting to feel decent at that point.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want them to do a lot of damage, you do need to get them into the Mark II range if you're in Champion or something like that.
Yep. Xander said they... Go ahead, buddy.
Someone asked how the rhyme is.
Rhymes are good. It's cryo. I mean, it's freeze weapons. It's
I love
very
those
good. That's
little
what
guys,
we're talking
actually. I don't run rhymes too often, but on like I play it sometimes on my blitz for fun. Oh,
that's what I was just fixing to say. You put 4 on a blitz. Yeah,
that's awesome setup.
Yep.
Or sometimes I'll run those with like a tier with 2 cryos and 2 rhymes. That's a lot of fun. Ares is a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. Xander said they're replacing the Hellburner with the shell. What is going to happen with my Hellburner? Well, Hellburners, buddy, you're really not going to see them up in High Masters and Champs, as of right now. They just die too quick. I mean, whenever they do their explosive ability, they kill themselves.
No.
So that's why you're not going to see a lot of them.
I would not expect your Hellburner to have any negative changes anytime soon, if that's what you're asking. They're not gonna nerf your Hellburner. I mean, there's not enough people using Hellburners for them to be like, hey, if anything, they might buff it because not many people are using it. So if there's a certain robot and they're not getting used in the higher leagues, or a certain weapon that's not getting used in the higher leagues, those have the highest chance of being buffed. And the robots and weapons that are all over the place have the highest chance of being nerfed, okay?
Being nerfed, yep.
Dor, what were you going to say?
I was just saying that the Hellburner is kind of good, but the main problem you will have with it is like you don't have any defense or offense unless your ability is active. You only have 1 light and 1 heavy weapon, and you're not gonna do anything with those 2.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people running the little ECU shield on that thing because they die so easy.
Shocker says, if I want a tank, should I work on a Fenrir, Invader, or Shell? And my opinion on that is, it just depends on what weapons you have to put on them. What chips you have, drones and chips. What do you have the legendary pilots? I mean, I can't answer that without knowing what all you have for what, But in my opinion on that, it would be a Shell or a Fenrir. But the Invader's good too if you got sonic weapons or flamethrowers.
Fenrir with Bernadette Wolf is, in my opinion, that's still the best tank in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Invaders are pretty awesome, but they're a lot harder to play because the thing with Invader, it's got a crap load of hit points, but it only gets its damage resistance, shortly after it uses its ability. So when it doesn't have the damage resistance, it's not that hard to take out. Some people are amazing with Invaders. Other people get their butt kicked every time they try to play it. So that one's a little harder to play. That's more of a skill tank, I would say.
Well, El Hawk is good with his, and wasn't it PGO that runs his Invader out there maxed out? He's really good with his.
Oh yeah, PGO is an excellent Invader pilot.
And Hawk, I see Hawk out there with his too. He's got an Arachnic Invader, so
yeah.
I mean, they're great bots. I'm not going to take away from them. I've had my Fenrir recently took out by an Invader. Was it you, Adore, that did that?
Yep.
That set it up and did that. So I mean, they're great bots. I'm not going to take away from them. So, but I can't answer that. You can only answer that which bot. It depends on what you have, what weapons, what pilot, what drones, what chips. So you got to answer that yourself. Look at your hangar.
AD says, I honestly think that Pixo are not fully aware about many of the problems in the game. And I agree with that too. Like, even for us, like the main thing they want us to do when we see problems is open up a in-game support ticket, tell support that there's a bug, and then support, if there's something really big that's going on, sometimes we try and tell them in our chat room, but for the most part, they say, report the bug to support, you know what I mean? And who knows what support's actually really reporting back to them and whatnot, because I think AD's right. Sometimes they're not fully aware of some of the bugs and stuff that are going on, even though they should be. And I kind of wonder why, like the Al June's been having this flamethrower problem for months. And I wonder why haven't they fixed this thing yet? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. That should have been fixed a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah. 6 months, 7 months on the Al June bug is way too long,
Yeah. Venus, is Riker a good bot? It's a great support robot.
Leagues.
It's a great support robot to hang out in the back and maybe snipe and suppress people, but up in the higher leagues, I would say no, not really. It wouldn't be one of my choices to keep in my hangar. Cody says, what do you think of the Redeemer Bulwark? I am not the person to ask about Bulwark. Every time I try and play Bulwark, I get my butt kicked, okay? I've never had any luck with that robot.
Well, Redeemers are nasty. It don't matter. You could have them on a Al June or anything. If you got some high-level Redeemers, them blue balls are nasty when they hit you. I mean, it would be great. It's just, in my opinion, that bot itself is mid to low league. I wouldn't run it up in champion.
The Bulwark is actually really good, but it's the strongest tank in my opinion. You cannot get stronger than that, but it really
just
needs
so
heavy
slow.
investment. Like, you really need heavy investment.
You start telling me guys that bot's best thing in the world, man, you'll start seeing nothing but Bulwarks out there on beacon matches, man. Gonna make me want to throw my 1+7 through a window.
Taser. Taser just finished building his Fenrir. How about flamethrowers or Calamity and Scourge? We did a little test on this last night. I have Mark II Calamity and Scourge, and I put on a level. Okay, they're level 4 Mark II. And last night I put on a level 4 Mark II heavy flamethrower and a level 12 medium flamethrower and a level 1 medium flamethrower that's not upgraded at all. And it actually did more damage than the Calamity and Scourge, okay? But the only thing is, it's much harder to aim and hit moving enemies with those flamethrowers. So it depends on whether or not you can aim the flamethrowers, which one's going to be better to use. But the flamethrowers are a very, very strong weapon if you can aim those things.
Yep.
You can mix like igniters with Devastator on the Fenrir. A lot of people run that because you have the brawling potential with the Devastator and you have counter to the shell with igniters.
Everybody that's just tuning in, guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate all you guys spending your time here with us.
Much appreciated. Y'all hit that like button, please. Theru said, go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
AD says Redeemers are one of his favorite weapons. They're one of mine also. I haven't been using mine too much, surprisingly, but yeah. I'll tell you what, I maxed out 2 of my Redeemers, and I still love those things. I still try and get them in occasionally. The only main reason I don't play the Redeemers as much now is because Shell came out, and Shell's, the energy weapons aren't as good at busting the physical shields. But once Shell's gone, once Shells aren't everywhere, I'll be bringing my Redeemers out again for sure. Shadowhunter says, best setup for Fenrir. My opinion, 3 heavy armor kits and either sonic weapons or flamethrowers.
Oh, yep.
And make sure you get that Bernadette Wolf pilot, in my opinion. Alright, that really makes that Fenrir strong. It really makes it strong.
Yep, and if you guys got the other Fenrir, the one with the yellow Aegis shield, then I run a Nicholas pilot on there and does great. Zuby, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Best build for the Falcon. Are you trying to run Traditionalist or regular Falcon? That makes a big difference.
He said Traditionalist before that.
Okay.
He asked if the flamethrower was good on his Traditionalist.
Flamethrowers are awesome. Alright, I would definitely either run a flamethrower or a Devastator on there. Those are definitely the 2 best things you can put on there right now, in my opinion.
Shadow says he mentioned Danny WR's giveaway in his last video. Thank you, Shadow. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely nice of you. And you know what? Shadow's giving me some shout outs, so how about you guys go check out Shadow on YouTube and give him a few subs? That would be very nice. That would be very nice of y'all.
Check out AD Gaming too if you guys ain't already. I'm sure y'all are, but if not, check him out too. Him and Darklight have great content.
Oh yeah, definitely. They both make some awesome videos.
Yep.
Very fun to
Great
watch
guys.
too. Every time I go to one of AD's live streams, I usually laugh my butt off.
Yeah, there's never a dull moment with AD and Darklight. They always keep it exciting with something, you know. Adrian Chong's in the house. Good to see you, Adrian.
What's
Good day,
up,
buddy.
Adrian? Another one of the big, awesome YouTubers. Most of you guys probably know Adrian already, but welcome to the stream, Mr. Adrian Chong. All right, guys, I gotta take a pee break, so I think Adore's still here, so I'm gonna leave you guys with War Machine and Adore for a minute.
Yep.
While I'm gone, just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Okay?
Sounds good, buddy. Good to see you, Adrian and AD. Two big haters in the house right here. Adrian Chong is in the house. Beware, he will steal, Zuby said. No, he ain't gonna steal no kills over here. AD said, hello, Adrian Chong. Machi said, pee break. Shadow keeps asking, AD Gaming, what's the best setup for Fenrir? I guess he didn't take our advice on it.
If I have to run one, I'll go like Ignite or Devastator and pair Revitalizing Defenders with Revitalizing Intensifier.
Well, you could do Fire and Ice on him too. You know, you can run a heavy flamethrower with the pros. You know, and be pretty decent too if you want that close up, you know, in your face brawler.
Mm-hmm.
Zuby says, steal it. John says, I say Glory and Coronas.
Not the Coronas, but the budget build could be like Redeemer Terrans.
Yeah.
They're cheap to upgrade and they still pack a punch.
Yeah. Classic Boy said, morning. It's actually afternoon with us, but yeah, good morning, buddy. Adrian said, hey, Lone. Does anyone know when they added of Minos to Super Chest?
Oh, they added it like, I think last week when they put the Super Chest Overdrive.
Yeah.
See, Venus likes the Fenrir with flames. That is a really cool setup. I'm going to be playing that on my channel a little bit now, too. Like, I set up my... I've been working on upgrading my flamethrowers a little more, so pretty soon I'm going to be running some flamethrower builds myself. I really like them. It's just really hard to hit the fast-moving robots with those little guys, so...
Yeah.
I don't really want to take the healing module off my Fenrir to run a lockdown module, so I'm gonna try Flame Fenrir for a while, I think. That's gonna be one of my shell destroyers.
Yeah, because it'll bypass any energy shield and directly affect the physical shield. It's a win-win. Shadow said lag makes flamethrowers hard to hit in close fastest engagements. I do agree. When I used to use my other phone through Cricket and play, I couldn't use any flamethrowers, any shotguns, because the shotguns would fire off 5 or 6 shots, and I'd only get 1 hit marker, you know, out of 5 or 6 shots. And same thing with them flamethrowers. I wasn't getting no hit markers. But now, since I used the OnePlus 7 phone that Danny told me about and I bought, I love it. I use flamethrowers again. I'm using shotguns. I'm using weapons that I wouldn't never ever use before because of the lag.
Yeah, if you have a really good device, it doesn't lag too bad. All right. I mean, those OnePlus 7 phones we have, it lags more when I play on my PC than it does on the phone. So that's got to tell you something right there. Good devices don't lag that much, but we still do get some lag. I mean, I occasionally still have a game where it lags like you wouldn't believe, but those are kind of few and far between, so. Yeah. But when you are lagging, there are a lot of weapons that, I mean, pretty much any weapon that doesn't lock on is very hard to use when you're lagging, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But if you got a good device and good internet speed, you shouldn't lag too much.
And here's like upside flamethrowers have over most things, which is like you have a constant reload. So when comparing it to Devastator and Havoc, you're eventually going to run out of ammo. Whereas even if you lag, you have a fixed 5-second reload on flamethrowers.
Yeah, 5 seconds isn't too bad at all. Like Adrian says, it's good they're trying to simplify the drones. I do think a lot of people are confused, so, you know, we'll see what happens. It's only, you know, it's not set in stone what they're actually going to do with them yet. They've just kind of proposed, we might do this. But it will be a lot easier to understand if they do what they're talking about, but hopefully whatever compensation is for anything they remove when they take the battery chips away, hopefully the compensation is good. I do have a video. Okay, me and Adore recorded a video earlier this week, and normally I don't release a video after my live streams, but today after the live stream, probably about an hour after it ends, me and Adore made a video where he pretty much breaks down how to build a really awesome drone. Adore is very knowledgeable about the drones, so you guys probably want to check that out today.
Somebody's asking Adrian in there when his winners list was going to drop, and everything. Keeps asking about it. I don't know, guys. I didn't know he was having a current giveaway at the moment.
All right, some people didn't receive their Warrior Typhon, unfortunately, but
whenever like entering a giveaway, don't confuse the O with the 0.
Oh yeah. A lot of people put their player IDs in incorrectly. That's why I always try to tell people in my giveaway videos, copy and paste your player ID, please, because if you did happen to get it in incorrectly, then they send it to a player ID that doesn't exist, and that really sucks.
Yeah.
And at that point, there's not really much you can do, unfortunately.
Right. Hey guys, when Adrian's over here, don't hound him about his giveaways when this is dropping and when that's dropping, please.
Let's see.
Oddjot says he has 2 kid robots. I don't know why you'd want 2.
All right. When should you start leveling modules? When should you start leveling modules? Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Man, that's a really hard one to answer. The very basic modules don't really cost all that much to level.
Yeah.
I mean, the regular armor kits and the nuclear reactors are pretty cheap to upgrade. I would start doing those right away, honestly. And they'll be a really big help to you until you can afford the better modules. But, I mean, once you get, like, maybe, like, get your robots up to level 10, weapons up to around level 12, that's about when I would start worrying about upgrading the modules themselves. Like the higher end modules, once you get maybe like a level 10 hangar, start really focusing on getting some better modules and maybe upgrading them. Now there's a lot of those modules, even at level 1, they do really awesome. Now like if you have a last stand, that's something you want to level up as fast as possible because last stand kind of sucks at level 1. To me it feels worthless there, but like heavy armor kits, man, thermonuclear reactors, what's that one module called that does all the extra damage?
Overdrive?
Yeah, overdrives, like all that kind of stuff. Even at level 1, those are a big help, guys. So once you get your robots and weapons up to a level where you're like, I'm pretty happy with this is performing nice, that's when I would start really working on the modules myself.
Also, like, every month, the second week of every month, there's a 25% discount. So you want to look for that. So you will be like making the modules higher level for a cheaper price.
That's always nice. LOL Gamer, Danny, is Kid any good or better than? Well, better than what, buddy?
Adrian said he got his butt kicked today by a kid bot. What he said in here in the description.
Kid's really only good in my opinion if you can max him out. But he still has some drawbacks, okay? Like, 2 of Kid's weapons are lower. meaning they can't shoot over top of buildings, and the one weapon's only available at certain times. Now, if you can max a kit out, which takes a really long time, it's extremely durable, and its ability is brutal. But I would much rather... I know my advice is, once you get the kid, don't really put any resources into it. Save up for an Arthur. I think your average person, unless you're a big spender, I would go with Arthur, honestly. All right, Arthur doesn't really take that many resources to make him start feeling pretty good. Most of the other Titans I've noticed, you got to dump a lot of resources into them before they really start to perform well. So for me, the best thing you can do is get an Arthur and upgrade that. Now, if you're a big spender, you might want to look at, if you don't mind buying some platinum and you can get a lot of it really fast, then you might want to look at like a Nodens or a Minos or something. But for your average person, go with an Arthur, in my opinion.
Adrian just said Arthur is the best value.
Yep. An alternative way to get you a good Titan is keep saving platinum and wait for Pixonic to keep releasing new Titans. Once you find okay, this is gonna be my playstyle, try to go for that Titan in special delivery.
LOL Gamer, Kid is very different than Leo or Griffin, okay? Kid is a Titan. It's a completely different type of robot, so that's kind of like an irrelevant thing there. But yeah, I mean, he's better than a Leo or a Griffin, I would say.
Yep. If you guys are just tuning in, after this video ends, his live stream, Danny's going to be posting a video that him and Adore, worked on hard to bring you guys valuable information about these drones and chips. So it's an explanation video of that. So to help a lot of you guys out and help y'all understand a little bit fully and a little bit more in detail about how these chips work with certain abilities that you have on your pilot skills. Like it'll say that this chip will work if you're immune to suppression or if you're immune to lockdown, like the Hawk pilot with that special ability to where when you're in the air, you're immune to all lockdown and suppression. So they're putting all that in perspective, guys. They made a video about it and they will be dropping it as soon as we get done with the live stream shortly after. So y'all make sure you tune into that.
Yeah, I mean, when the rework hits, if there's any major changes on the chips, we can kind of go back over that. But as far as I know, I don't think they're going to change the chips too drastically. They're just going to change the drone slots and the maybe remove the battery chips. But if there's any major chip changes, don't worry, we'll put out another video after the rework if that does happen.
Yeah.
A friend with Nodens is a friend indeed.
Yeah. If you know how to run a Nodens, like Justice, he runs his Nodens good. Clan Leader for Gods, when I used to go in there and squad with them on their Saturday squad stuff, he runs his great.
Taser, should I use a Scorpion instead of a Leech? Well, that's kind of personal preference. That's a hard one to answer. I mean, some people are great at playing Leech, and other people are great at playing Scorpions. Some people suck with one or the other, or some people might be great at both. So they're both really cool robots.
Or you may only have a legendary pilot for one and not the other, or you may have higher weapons for one than the other. So it just depends.
I do feel personally that the Scorpion is way better than the Leech, but if you know how to play a Leech, he can be really deadly. Now, I've never been a good Leech player, but I used to have a lot of fun with that Scorpion. They did nerf him lately, but Scorpion's still awesome. You just got to remember to teleport back in time. The hardest part is remembering, hey, his ability doesn't last as long, so if I don't teleport back sooner, I'm going to be stuck here. That's the main problem I have, is forgetting that there was a time change, and I'm just like, oh crap, I go to teleport home and I'm like, oh man, I can't. But
yeah,
they're both
Leech is
both cool.
Leech is a great sniper, and Scorpion lets you pick out enemy threats, something like a Hawk, so you can just keep the threats away before you drop your Titan.
Oh yeah, dudes. Sniper Scorpion with the is that Volt or Weapon? I forget which one the medium is, but man, Leech with those new sniper weapons are awesome.
Adrian said, depending on the chip slots and how they adjust drone chips, I think it's actually better for free players with fewer slots. It means you have fewer chips to max. I do agree, but I've got like 27 purple chips already on all my drones right now, so they go do that. And I won those drones that already had the fixed chips from Pixonic. It had all the good chips already, so they're going to rework the chip slots. They're going to take half of those chips away. So all mine now that have 8 chips, they're going to have 4 chips. All of them that have 6 chips are going to have 3 chips, and all of them that have 5 and under are going to have 1 chip. So it's like, you know, so and purple chips, you almost have to stack them anyway to get the same as one of the gold chips. You know what I'm saying? The same output. So, you know, when they take half of that away from me, it's like going to knock me down from having all purple chips back down to blue chips.
Like, I personally think it's worse for free to play, because you see it like right now, the maxed out players who are at gold chips, they're getting 100% extra damage. But the free to play can actually buy the blue and purple ones and get like maybe 50, 45, 60%. After the drone rework, you will only be able to reach like maybe maximum 10% extra damage, and the pay to win still be able to reach 50 or 60%.
I can see that. That's kind of
I understand that, Adrian. Yeah. So I'd be able to combine them to make the golds. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You
So
mean
it's
Adore
still
or Adrian?
no, Adrian and chat right there. He made a good point. He said, but also if there's fewer, you know, your purple chips can be combined, as you will have more, so that you will be able to combine them to make the gold chips with your purple chips.
Is Phantom obsolete? No, not at all. Phantom is a super awesome little robot. I mean, he's not as good as he used to be, and he's no longer my first choice to have in my hangar. He's kind of like what I would consider like a B class robot. Like an A class is the top of the line, have to have in your hangar. He's like a little B class. He's a great little beacon runner, though. He's still one of the better beacon runners in my opinion, if you set him up correctly with the right stuff.
Yeah.
Venus, all right. Venus is tired of the drones shooting her robots in the back, and it's just trying to say hello. It just wants you to know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk made a good point. Like, just make the pilots cheaper, because they're way too expensive.
Oh, I agree, Adore. It's ridiculous how, you know, when you get a new pilot, it takes you so much gold to get decent skills and to max them out. It's, oh my God.
I would love to see cheaper pilots.
All they have to do is just make the random roll 50 for all levels, and that would fix it.
Oh, you know what? Someone asked earlier, and I forgot to answer it, but someone asked if the wasps were worth leveling up. Definitely. The reload time on those kind of sucks, but the DOT is awesome and they hit really hard. So if you like playing a good 600 meter range robot where your goal is to stay in the back and do a lot of damage, then yeah, wasp are really good. If you're trying to brawl or something, then you won't like them, but if you want more of a sniper type of robot, those are awesome little weapons.
With pulsars, like 2 pulsar, 2 wasp, lock them down and then add corrosion.
Yes.
Hey, Danny, I'd like to also add, on these guys that run these beacon matches, right? But they don't run beacons. If you guys ain't got it in your mind that you're going to go out there and run beacons, right? Because hit damage don't win beacons. Yeah. I get tired of dropping in there, and I've got 5 randoms in the back, and all of them's camping on one beacon, and I'm the only fool getting killed. I'll lose all 5 of my bots trying to rush beacons. And they're all back there camping on one beacon. So if you're going to do that, don't drop in a beacon match. Drop in free-for-all, team deathmatch, or go play Angry Birds.
EG Cringe, yeah, buddy. I just touched base on the wasps. The hornets are just as good, man. I love those things. Wasp and hornets, awesome. If you like the 600 meter type of gameplay.
Adrian said Invader does very well in the current meta. I agree. I'm not knocking Invader. You put the right weapons and you got the right pilot and pilot skills on Invader, he's as tough as any Fenrir or any T-Falcon out there.
He does take a little more skill to play, though, because he only has his damage resistance when his ability is active, but he's got a lot of hit points. Invader is a really good robot, actually.
Well, here's what Adore told me the other day, that what makes the Invader so special compared to like Invader or whatever. He's like an Invader, yeah. You can, if someone shoots at you a few times and then goes to run from you, you can't really hawk them down with an Invader. I mean, not an Invader, but a Fenrir. He said, but an Invader, they shoot you a couple times and they go to doing that running around thing in a Scorpion or whatever little bot. You can literally jump over a platform and come right down on top of their head, suppress them, and pound on them. So that is kind of the truth. You can actually hawk them down and suppress them and pound on them before Fenrir can in most cases.
Venus wants to know if it's possible for Adrian to join the voice conversation. Adrian, if you would like to, you're welcome to stop in here. I think I actually gave him access to the comms on my Discord, but I don't know if he's busy or what he's got going on. But you know, if you want to, cool. If not, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Like Invader, like main strength over most thing is it has the HP and not the resistance. So a Fenrir or a Falcon might die against a Titan, but Invader will still be like super strong against Titan because Titan needs to deal 800,000 damage since it doesn't rely on resistance.
Yep.
If Pixonic were to make pilots of you guys, what special skill would you want to have? And what robot? I may be crazy, but I still want it to be for the hover. And I would make sure it gave him damage resistance when he was up in the air. That's what I want.
Mine would be a Fenrir. I would like to be a Fenrir pilot if I was ever a pilot, you know, because I love the Fenrir to death.
I want to see Danny's pilot as like gives all the lightning weapons instant lock on.
Oh heck.
That's a cool idea. Alright guys, so Adrian's busy working on some stuff right now. He's just kind of listening in the background, so maybe some other time.
Yeah, we're always blessed to have Adrian over here any chance we get a chance, you know.
Yeah, he works very hard on the stuff he does, guys.
Adrian Chong says he would give Behemoth the ghost skill ability. I want to see that run around the field like a Regatka. That was speed hack. Yeah. A fast Behemoth, huh? Is what he'd want. Angel Cousins just
I believe the Gauss was definitely designed for killing Titans, but those things will do major damage to robots as well, okay? I mean, they do just as much damage to a robot as a Titan, and they're great for taking out tanks because they go through damage resistance, which means if you shoot something like a Fenrir, it's like he has 0 damage resistance, all right? It just eats through those robots like it's butter.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were designed only for taking out Titans. I think they're designed to take out everything. But sniping is a lot harder to do. Like, if you guys aren't familiar with sniping, it's not that easy. You got to set in the back. You got to be really patient. You got to wait for someone to come out to where you can actually hit them. And then sometimes when you're like 800 meters away, you're like, man, is that guy out in the open? Or am I going to shoot a wall? And then you fire a shot and it hits the wall. And then you're like, crap, now I got to wait like 20 seconds till I reload. And sniping's not for everybody.
Nope. And then these guys are, you know, the ones that can't snipe like that, they hook their hanger up in the, you know, all sniper bots. Those would be the first ones to drop into a beacon match and set back 1,400 meters from the nearest enemy and think they gonna win the game that way.
All right, Adrian, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you later.
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Now, I love to snipe, maybe like once every couple months. Now, some people love it every day. It doesn't really fit my playing style, but I like to do it occasionally. I love to bring out my Jaeger. Like, I love Jaeger with the Gausses. It's the best sniper out there, in my opinion. I know Jaeger didn't really seem to get a big following, but, man, if you're into sniping, Jaeger is actually pretty amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I went to go tell Danny 2 days ago the Jaeger sucks, and he was like, the Jaeger don't suck. I like my Jaeger. Yeah, he got real defensive about that. Jaeger's a good bot.
It's not for everybody, okay? It's not for everybody.
It's not for me. I'm an in-your-face brawler. I've never been a sniper.
For like a useful sniper, what you can do is put the sniping weapon on a relatively mobile bot, so you can keep sniping and run beacons at the same time.
Yeah.
Only problem is it's hard to defend yourself when someone gets close to you and all you have is sniping weapons.
Yeah, and sniper weapons reload a lot longer than, you know, any in-your-face brawler weapons. So that's something to consider. Once you empty out, you know, if they're in your face, you might as well just turn your back and shake your tail feathers at them, because kiss your butt goodbye.
Nicole, Jaeger was designed for long-range sniping. He's really made for weapons with 800 meters or longer to be put on there. Mm-hmm. He wasn't designed to be an up-close brawler or anything. Some people try to use him for that, and every once in a while you find someone who's really good at it, but for most people, not so much. He's great for standing way in the back.
Well, that new bot, man, that bug is irritating on that too. What's that new bot? The one looks like, I told y'all, looks like that 1930s vacuum cleaner. The meter. That thing's got a bug right now that's irritating as all heck. When its shield is up, stays up all the time. The only way you can do any damage to him is if you run up in his shield, like a leech or, you know, whatever, get right up in his face, or Ares.
Mechazilla says, any ideas on trolling YouTuber? Well, my idea is if you troll YouTuber, you get blocked. Don't do it. Bobby says Butch is a good sniper. Yeah, Butch can be kind of cool. Only thing is with Butch, though, is I would run one set of sniper weapons and one set of brawling weapons. That way, if you're out there trying to snipe and somebody gets close, you can actually defend yourself when you switch.
Yep, I agree. Bye, Samuel. Thank you, buddy, for joining us.
Some maps are actually designed for sniping, but a lot of them are not. The bigger maps are awesome for sniping. The smaller ones suck for it, though. That's one of the other reasons I don't use snipers that often, is a lot of the maps are very hard to snipe on. LOL said he thought Kid was an Arthur. No, buddy, they're very different. Samuel, you're out of here. Have a great day, buddy. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you later.
Welcome, Vars, and welcome, Dory. We got names that I ain't never seen before, Danny, in here, you know.
Yeah,
that's good.
If anybody's new to my streams, thank you guys so much for coming out. Nice to see you. Anybody we haven't actually said hello to, those comments go by really fast. Lots of people are coming in, so thanks for spending your time with us, guys. We definitely appreciate it.
We got about, 27 more minutes left of the stream. So we got a little bit of time.
You know what? I don't really get the bug on Demeter very often. It happens every once in a while, but most of the time my Demeter works just fine. Taser, I think Shell will receive a nerf, but it might be quite a while, okay? It's probably going to be... Shell probably won't get nerfed until the next really overpowered bot comes out.
Yeah, because it just dropped, right? So, you know, they want people to get it and get out there and have fun with it and kick some butt with it. And then once they have enough of them out there on the field, you know, the population of them and that, then they'll get the nerf.
I mean, most of the current bots are balanced. It's just the weapons which make them OP.
Yeah, it's not necessarily, well, kind of like, it's not necessarily that it's only the weapons, though. It's when you run those really high-powered bots in packs. You know, I've never mind like one shell to deal with. I don't mind one hawk to deal with. I never mind one bot at a time, but when the enemy team has like 5 or 6 of the same bot and they all run together and just use their crazy powerful ability, that's when it becomes a problem. It's not really the bots. It's not really that the bot itself is that horrible. It's that people know how to use the bots to make them horrible, with multiples running around, and they all time stuff just perfectly.
You cannot never like balance the squad, because you see back in the day when Ares was really considered overpowered, and Adrian with his clan used on his stream sometimes ran like old Natashas and stuff, and they still beat the people who had Ares just because they have great teamwork. So when talking about a squad which are working together and communicating, even if you give them like weaker stuff, they're still gonna come on top against stronger guys because they are communicating. So instead of nerfing the stuff, I think they should just leave it as is, because they're never gonna be able to balance out a squad.
Yeah.
Kappa.
I agree.
That's interesting. I've never really figured out what causes the meter to have the glitch, but Kappa has an idea here. It sounds like when you're about to teleport to somebody and they die, the glitch happens. So yeah, that very well could be. I just know it's super annoying when it does happen. Dory, I just want the shotguns. They're like overpowered. If you're talking about the regular shotguns, they do loads of damage for a split second, but the problem with most of the shotguns is once you run out of ammo, it takes so long in between shots, it feels like you pretty much have no weapons. So
yep.
I used to like the shotguns before they nerfed them, but yeah, they nerfed those a little too hard. But shotguns were running wild, destroying everything for a while. So
yeah,
I think they hit them a little bit too hard, but we did need that shotgun nerf. I just think they should have done it slightly different.
Yeah.
I believe they're still great. It's just the storms and gusts which are way too weak.
Yeah, those are mainly what I have, are the storms and gusts. I haven't actually played the energy shotgun since the nerf, so maybe those are better now. I don't know. I think they just got a buff again, didn't they? On the lockdown, they lock you down faster now.
On everything, so they will lock you, suppress you, and freeze you faster. The Halo is not the best, but Corona and Glory are still really decent.
Nice.
Welcome doesn't matter. Good to see you, buddy.
Daniel, unfortunately, I'm not really sure how you're gonna send something. He was on American Idol. He did the audition. You know what? How do we? You know what? On one of my regular videos, you can post links. Maybe we can check that out on one of those. I don't know. But on the live stream, like, you can't really post the links, buddy. Eventually, once Havocs become a real problem and everybody has them and they're everywhere causing holy terrors, eventually they will get a nerf too. Right now, I don't see him as a big problem in Champion League, but you know, if we keep seeing more and more of them, it will become a problem. But that's about the time when they step in and do something about it. But pretty much everything that comes out that's new in the game will get nerfed eventually. It just takes a while.
Yep.
Generic nerf is coming to Sonic Weapon, which is the new Demeter pilot. Like, it's supposed to heal Sonic Weapon damage.
Joseph says you can upgrade the Titan weapon on the test server. Sometimes they let you, sometimes they don't. I haven't tried in a long time. But usually when they do let you, it's only it seems like it's only a couple levels. It's kind of weird how they have that set up.
Don Jose said, any rumors on when 7.0 update drops?
Probably their anniversary.
That's what I'm thinking.
I haven't got a specific date yet, but I will tell you this, okay? This is when I expect to see it. The current event... Let's see how many days do we have left on the current event that's running. My guess is when that runs out, that's when we're going to see the next update. I'm going to log in and find out. I think there's like 8 days left.
Mm-hmm.
I could be very wrong.
6.9. Because Toffler confirmed 6.9 will be coming before 7.0.
Okay. The meter lock-on team member sucks. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes Demeter gets a little wacky, that's for sure. Sometimes I got it locked onto one teammate and then it teleports to a different teammate. Every once in a while it doesn't teleport at all, but most of the time it works really good. Venus wants to know, should you destroy your robot if you have one of those Demeter or Al June issues? Well, if you're sitting there with a everlasting flamethrower on the Al June, you're probably going to get reported by a bunch of people who say, hey, this person's hacking, so it might not be a bad idea to ditch the robot. Because I bet a lot of people will report you if you don't. So yeah, I mean, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I think, well, you shouldn't ditch your robot for a glitch. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to think about that one, honestly. With the Demeter, I haven't ejected mine, but usually if I get the Al June flamethrower buff, I usually do eject. Mr. White Devil. Will Al June get a buff? Well, they just nerfed the crap out of that guy, so I kind of hope he gets a buff, at least gets a little more flight time. I think he should get another 2 or 3 seconds of flight time, honestly. But I'm not really sure if they're going to buff him again or not. Maybe. I've actually heard some rumors. Maichi, thank you so much. Again, everybody check out Maichi on YouTube. She's got a really cool channel. And thank you so much for the donation. That was really nice of you.
You remove like the Al June and Demeter bug. All you have to do is just activate the ability again, and next time the ability ends, it's gonna negate the glitch.
Daniel says, which video, Danny? I forgot about the Butch. I'm not sure what you're asking on that one. I don't quite understand your question there. I don't think I have any videos on those quick change robots.
Bye, and thanks, Sister Maichi. Good to see you again. Thanks for the donation.
Thanks, Maichi. Have a great day. It was nice to see you. What are our thoughts on the new Titan? No idea yet, buddy. I don't know enough about it. We got some little bits and pieces and some hints. The only thing I really know for sure is it's going to have, 2 abilities like every other Titan, and it's going to have 3 heavy weapons on the top. Or I should say alpha weapons. That's a little scary. It's probably going to be slow and have a bunch of hit points.
Yeah.
What its ability is actually going to do, I don't know. So it's hard to say. It might be amazing. It might be overpowered. I mean, we all thought, what's that new? Minos. We all thought Minos was going to be a terror on the battlefield, and it is hard to deal with, but I thought it was going to be so much worse than it actually is now, so...
Yeah.
There's quite a few things. Like when I heard Typhoon was coming out, I was like, oh my god, that's gonna break the game, but it didn't. Typhoon's nowhere near as bad as it sounded on paper, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens once it's released, but it's too early to tell right now.
Yep. 3 of those weapons though is gonna be nasty. Like 3 Groms or anything really. It's 3 primary weapons on that bad boy, so you imagine what kind of damage that thing's gonna do.
Yeah, what I want to do is a test with 2 retaliators and 2 of the alright, 1 alpha machine gun versus 2 light machine guns. I wanted to do a test one of these days to see which one does more damage. That way we can find out if 3 heavies is going to be more firepower than like the Al Ming has. Because the Ming has 4 weapons.
Right.
I'm not really sure how 2 of the small ones compare to 1 of the big ones. That's what I'm trying to say there.
Well, Danny, me and the door can do that tryout thing with you because my Alming's got maxed out those machine guns on there, and then Ador's has the maxed out dragoon weapons on there. So, yeah, we could try that and see, just stand in front of each other and see which one melts what first.
Pretty much. That would be a good test.
Mm-hmm. 1 Grom is stronger than 2 Squalls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Groms are nuts. Squalls are nuts, but I think the majority of people are probably going to be running more of like the machine guns or something, though. But I'll tell you what, 3 Groms, ooh, that's going to be horrible. Good news is
more like annoying. Like, think about peak cataclysms. Close range, nasty damage.
Yeah.
No lag problem, and even long range, it's going to be doing insane damage with 3 of them.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Is the Calamity worth upgrading? I think so. I love Calamities. Alright, Calamity, Scourge, and Spark are some of my favorite weapons in the game. The only thing I will say is right now you gotta remember those shells are kind of the meta robot. And the energy weapons aren't that good at busting the shields on the shell, okay? The kinetic weapons destroy shell shields. If it wasn't for the shell, I would say yes, one of the best weapons in the game. But with the shell around, that kind of dumbs that weapon down a little bit. I still use mine a lot, okay? But yeah, they're very good weapons overall, just not good at physical shield destroying.
Corey Lewis Sant, please quit asking for things in the text, please. He keeps begging you, Danny, give me the 3 shotguns, please, please, please. I've hit his comment 3 times.
I can't give away items at will, buddy. If there is a giveaway, Pixonic sets the giveaway up, says, hey, would you like to do this? And they say, this is what you can give away, and this is how many items, okay? And then I got to pick the winners randomly. That's their rules, okay? Not mine, buddy. I can't just be like, hey, here's some stuff.
It'd be nice, but Danny don't have it like that. AD Gaming says 1 Grom is stronger than 2 Squalls, Danny.
Yeah, Groms are nuts. So with the shotguns, we know the Grom is definitely stronger. But
it is.
On some of the other weapons, I'm not 100% sure. Adora says AD stole my line. Yeah, Adora was just telling us that a second ago too. But thank you, AD. Yeah, we're gonna have to test out some of the other weapons and find out.
They always do secret adjustments. Like 2 updates ago, the Calamity, Spark, and Scourge got secretly a buff in their damage multiplier. And if you guys haven't noticed this update, Bernadette Wolf went from 50% to 60% extra damage or health, and the freezing effect went from 20% slower to 40% slower.
Wait, what about? They nerfed the freezing effect?
They buffed it. I think it used to be 20% slower, right? It used to be 20% slower. Now it's 40%.
Well, if it's slower, all right. I think the way you're wording it's confusing me, because if it was slower, that means it wouldn't freeze people as quickly. It would take longer.
When you're frozen, you used to get 20% more damage, and your bot used to be 20% slower.
Oh, now, gotcha.
It's 20% more damage, but it's gonna get 40% slower.
Okay, so if you get frozen, you're gonna move slower. That makes sense. EG Cringe, have a good day, buddy. It was nice to see you.
Brute said, oops, I won and sold 3 Groms. Hating it.
That's a bummer, man. Never sell stuff, guys, especially if it's good. Keep your stuff, you know. My thing is keep at least 4 of each weapon, preferably 6 of each weapon. I don't care if you hate it. Keep some of it at least. At least keep 1 of each robot and try to keep 6 of each weapon. Because you know what? even if a weapon sucks now, they can make it really awesome in the future. You just don't know what they're going to do with that stuff. But yeah, I sold a few things in the past and I really regretted it. So unless I got a whole crap load of something, I'm not selling it ever.
Yeah.
You're not like me.
Roop, what's up, buddy?
Anytime. I'm just reading some of these comments there.
Why, Danny, is Weber weapons gone? Buff it was strong. Don't you think? Arisha, I'm not really sure what you mean by the Weber weapons being gone. They're still in the game.
If you mean gone under a buff, they were buffed by 10%.
Yeah, they did buff those weapons. Adore is very correct about that. I'm not quite understanding that one, buddy. I'm sorry. Vars, I think most of our luck sucks when opening the crates. Like I always tell people, you know, don't expect too much out of the crates and you won't be disappointed. Every once in a while something really awesome pops out, but you know, that's kind of few and far between, I think.
Yeah, like me, I got my shell, you know, out of that event thing, the 300 chest, and it wasn't even the special one that you open the special item, and that's rare. Hey Kenny, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, we got that much White Devil. We just don't know what the abilities on that guy is going to do on the new Titan. Like he said, it's going to have the 3 alphas and 2 abilities.
Like what speculation says is one ability is going to let you have something similar to phase shift, and the built-in weapon is not supposed to deal damage. It's something like a Cerberus or Typhon, which will make it so you deal more damage, but you take more damage.
So yeah, we've heard a few things along those lines. It's going to be interesting, whatever it is. R5, I don't actually have a Discord that's set up to the public anymore. I used to have one, but so many people came in and act like jerks and cussed everybody out. It was unbelievable. Like we'd kick one player and another one would come in and just start crap all day long. So eventually we shut it down. It was more of a headache than anything. So unfortunately, no Discord server anymore. Somebody, you know, people always got to ruin it for everybody. Unfortunately, if everybody could just
ruin it, yep. If
everybody could just come in and be cool and not act like a bunch of jerks, you know. I ended up having to shut it down because it just got so out of hand. It was just like, oh man, it was just a headache, unfortunately.
Arshia just said, no, I mean, they buff it again. I mean, it very strong. It's 17k damage. It too high. Don't you think that the right one? I wanted to say that, but I'm not very good at English. Please read. I guess he's saying, Arshia saying it's a second buff. I mean, nerf, I meant.
All right, he thinks it's too strong. I think he thinks it's too strong. I don't really have a problem with those. I mean, those weapons are designed to be really hard to use, but pack a huge punch. They're sniper weapons, so sniper weapons are supposed to be massive killers. I mean, I think they're just about right the way they are right now. Sometimes I feel like they almost don't do enough damage. I mean, everybody has their different opinions on things, but I think they're okay personally. I mean, it does suck to get shot with them and lose all that health, but the good news is not very many people use them, so you don't get hit with them very often.
Yeah. Well, I like to see the new map or the old maps come back, Danny. That's one thing. A couple people were just saying it in the chat. They like to see I think Catters was one of them, like to see the maps come back. Me too. I'm kind of getting bored of playing the same 4 maps.
Yeah, they're supposed to be back on the next update, at least 2 or 3 of them, I hear. I think we're supposed to get the moon map back. We're supposed to get the factory map back. And one of the new maps might actually come out. They're trying to get that fixed up, I guess, so Are cryo weapons good for the Scorpion? Yeah, they're really good actually, but I would much rather have the sonic weapons or maybe even shotguns. Only problem with the cryo is it takes a really long time. Not really a long time, but it takes a lot longer to unload the cryos, so it takes longer to deal the full damage, and the Scorpion's ability is now really short, so I would rather have something that bursts out a whole bunch of damage in just a few seconds. But yeah, they're actually good. Hey, Crack
Jason
the
said,
Sky.
"Don't bring back Yamamatsu map." Yes, please bring it back. I miss it.
I kind of hate that one, but
Well,
I
my
like
favorite
it.
was the moon map, but I
Yeah.
do like Yam, and then I like the one with the UFO ship in the center. I kind of wish that they bring that back
yeah.
too. Dreadnought, yeah.
Yamamatsu is too dang big. Too big. I kind of hate
Well, I
that
ran
map.
Scourge, Spark, and Calamity at the time. Like 98% of everything was that, so it worked out great. But
Yeah.
with these new weapons and stuff, yeah.
Yep. I can't wait till they add some of these maps back. I'll tell you that. I don't really like Dreadnought either, though, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I don't like the Yamamitsu or whatever you call it, and I don't really like the Dreadnought. I like all the other maps, though. Well, Carrier, I don't really care for the Carrier map either.
And Terry Road said, "We want maps. We want maps." Yeah, I do too. And I really like that one with the lava that they gave us, and then a month later
Yeah.
took it out when they did all this remastered.
That's the
Heck,
factory.
I was just enjoying that. Yeah, the factory map. I was just enjoying that when they took it away. Yeah, Josh just said it too. Give me the factory map back. Yeah.
Nicole sees they need to vary the spawn points. You know what? Some of those bigger maps, that would be sweet if there was more spawn points. That way you could spawn in at better locations where you didn't have to walk, 5,000 miles away. I mean, especially if you got a slow robot, the game will be over before you get from one side of the map to the next. So yeah, some different spawn points would be great. That's a really good point.
Joseph asked you a question in there. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know what you mean by if they're similar together. They look really cool together, and Hawk with Dragoon is a really cool setup. Yeah, the Dragon Marquee is a very nice setup on the Hawk. I like it.
If you're gonna run your Hawks as a snipe bot like that, you better keep your distance, because if a Scorpion phase shifts in on you or something like that, you're not gonna turn around and kill that Scorpion before he has a chance to kill you and phase shift back. So just keep your distance.
Yeah, I was saying kind of the same thing earlier, Roop. Most of the weapons are good if you know how to use them and if you level them up enough. There's not too many weapons in the game that are actually bad, MTM, you out of here, buddy? We'll catch you later. See ya. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. See ya. Yep.
Thanks, Bobby Johnson.
That Bobby Johnson, that's actually Easy Alice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I always forget that.
Yeah, he's going to have to change his name back because every once in a while I'll forget it. I'll welcome it. Hey, Bobby, and he'll tell us in there, this is Easy Alice. I'm like, oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right.
Joseph, I think the colors of them look awesome together, buddy.
Daniel, no, you cannot gift weapons yet. You won't never be able to.
Nah, they'll never do that, unfortunately.
Nope. That take too much resources, away from them for people acquiring them and upgrading them themselves that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was this game, if I remember correctly. Was it this one or something else? I remember there was one game where they actually tried some sort of a gifting /exchange system, and people would start somehow, like the hackers would take advantage of this, and they'd start selling all these weapons and stuff for real money and sending it to people's accounts. It ended up being a big mess, and again, it's one of those things where a few people had to ruin it for everybody. So there's been a few games that have tried that, and it's just been a disaster due to hackers and cheaters taking advantage of things.
Yeah.
Like they were a similar thing with war robots.
What was that, Adore?
So what happened with war robots was back in the day, you were able to buy your clanmate some gold. Like, so 14,000 gold normally costed $100, but you could buy 28,000 gold for $74.99 before. And what people did was get a clanmate from a country where the price was much cheaper, and then just let him buy the gold for everyone.
Yeah, people gotta always mess with the system and screw things up. I don't think flamethrowers ever had the DOT effect. I believe that's only on Al June. Al June has a DOT effect on his flamethrower weapon, but it really doesn't seem to do anything, honestly. That's very little DOT on that guy. But I don't remember the regular flamethrower weapons having a DOT. Does anybody else recall that?
No.
Nope.
They don't. They didn't.
Oh yeah, Pulsar Leech is amazing, buddy. If you got 4 Pulsars on a Leech, you can really mess some people up. That's one of the most hated builds in the game right now, actually.
Speaking of the Al June, like, I don't know what that Dragon ate a couple updates ago, but he deals nearly the same amount of damage with the built-in flamethrower as the Hawk used to deal without the nerf.
I do have some music playing in the background on the stream, so that's probably me. Somebody said a 10,000% buff for the Arbalists are coming. I don't know about that one.
Toax said, Danny, what about a blooper reel? She'd like to see that, like you make a blooper reel video, I guess.
I'm not very good with that kind of thing. Once I tried to make a video of funny stuff, and it sucked really bad, so I've never tried again. Plus, it takes a lot of you got to be recording pretty much all the time. Like when I make my videos, I seriously record 2 or 3 battles in the morning. That's it. I take the best out of the 3 battles and I throw it on there. I usually don't have too many bloopers or anything good. I do very little editing, you know. I just hit the record button and then I pause and unpause it as needed.
Yeah.
But I'm not great at that type of thing. That would be fun, but I don't get a lot of funny moments. I mean, if I was playing all day long and I could just record it all day, I mean, it would take just going through all that footage to find the fun parts would take hours. So
yeah,
that's a little too much for me, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool. Didn't the Arbalists get a buff recently, though? I'm pretty sure they did.
Get 20%.
Yeah, they did. They did. Thank you, Adore.
I mean, for a budget, they're similarly strong as the Volt, the 800-meter railgun.
I don't think I saw Manny's video where his team killed him. What, did they push him off a bridge or something? I happened to miss that one.
I didn't see it either, Danny.
I wish they would fix the Dragon's Breath on Al June. I wish they would too, buddy. When I play my Al June, I don't normally have the problems anymore, but every once in a while it still messes up.
Yeah.
Back when that first came to be, man, you couldn't even use the Al June without it happening. It was terrible. Somebody just said there's no Stellar Leech. You might actually be wrong about that. They're supposed to be releasing a Stellar Leech. There's a bunch of new Stellar stuff that will be upcoming pretty soon, so I think Stellar Leech is actually going to be released into the game pretty soon. I don't think it's live at the moment, though. What, Adore?
It's a paint job. It's a paint job. It's not a particular robot. It's just a Stellar paint job.
He's right. It's a paint job. It is released, isn't it?
Yep.
In operation.
Yep. Okay. It's in the operations, so... Alright, scratch what I said. Thank you for correcting me on that, Adore.
Yeah, I think I seen it. I think the colors were like gray and purple or something, but I did see that skin. It's called Nebulous.
Yeah. But there is supposed to be more stellar items coming out in the future.
Next operation is supposed to have Stellar Hornet in them.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I hope that
Slow Turn
happens.
says, I had the Nucleon on my Fenrir. I put the Hornet on. I think the Nucleon is better at the same level. Is that true?
I think the Hornets are actually better, but it depends on how you're trying to play the bot. If you're trying to brawl with it, yeah, I wouldn't use a Hornet for brawling. But if you want to stand in the back and kind of snipe people, the Hornet's much better.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Josh has been doing a good job today, telling everybody to like, subscribe, and share, and posting the other channels and stuff. Thank you, buddy.
They recently did a small nerf on the pulsars. I can't remember exactly how long ago that was, but I don't really see them getting nerfed again anytime soon unless more and more people start to use those. They are kind of a popular weapon, so it's a possibility that they'll get hit again. They'll get hit, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Daddy, Pulsars never got a nerf. They were always buffed.
I could have swore they nerfed the accumulation on those recently.
It was the Shredders, and the Pulsar's fire rate was increased, so it was even stronger. That's what made the Pulsars so OP, because they're like unloading in 3-4 seconds now. Before they used to take 7 seconds.
Alright, so sometimes my brain doesn't work, I guess.
Terra Road says, I have one Hornet, need 2 more.
I need 2 more as well. I don't have any.
Yeah, same with me. We're all in the same boat with that.
I want a Gauss. I'll give you my Hornets.
I've got 2 Gauss on my Jaeger.
Right.
I don't even use.
What do you guys think about Gauss on the Hades with 2 of the Magnetars? That would be a weird build.
It'd be a weird build, but probably a pretty good build if you're in the sniping.
No, not really, because one is a one-shot weapon, other is a sustained damage weapon.
Yeah, that would be weird, wouldn't it? I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the best weapon to put on top of Hades with the Magnetars. But the only thing I can really think of is the Hornet, which I don't have. I want something with a 600-meter range. I mean, the Calamities would be good, but at the same time, I've tried it, and it wasn't really what I was looking for.
Tattoo Josh Gaiman says golf sucks. Oh man.
That.
You just broke up real bad there, Adore. I didn't quite catch what you said.
Oh, I said, let me get one and then I'll hit you with that.
Like it's a baseball bat or something? You're just gonna like pick it up and smack me in the face with it or something? Let's see. Crack the Sky says Gauss sucks. Nucleon or Hornet on the Fenrir. Well, if you want to be if you want to do brawling, I guess in Nucleon. If you want to do more sniping, then you would use a Hornet. Now, personally, I would rather use like flamethrowers or the sonic weapons, or maybe even well, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, the Calamities and Scourges or something, but
Yeah.
the Nucleons are still really cool weapons, but I'm not really sure that I feel that they really fit the Fenrir anymore. There's certain robots I still really like those on, but I would rather use something else if possible. But if you want a sniping Fenrir, yeah, the Hornets will work pretty well.
Yeah.
Venus wants to put 4 ECUs on a leech and make it a shell.
Why don't you just get a shell, buddy? Then you ain't gotta pretend.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so
Adore and Josh is going back and forth in the in the chat right now talking about builds.
Guys, we're at our 2 hours today, so if anybody has any last minute questions here that are really important, try to get those in right now. All right, we'll answer a few more questions before we go. But yep, this stream is about to come to an end, everybody.
Thanks all for joining us today.
I don't really think they deal too much damage. I mean, they do, but they're sniper weapons. They're made to deal too much damage. And the thing is, not that many people use them, so they're not really a problem. Now, it does suck to get hit with those. It does suck to get hit with those, but I don't see them as a problem right now. Now, if everybody ran them, yeah, it might be a big issue, but not too many people are out there sniping, honestly. Should I run 3 pulsars in a shield or 4 pulsars? Well, if you take that shield off, the question is, are you going to have a hard time surviving? If you rely on that shield for survival, keep it. If you don't think you need it, go for the 4th pulsar. Alright, if you're really, really good with the leech, put the pulsar on there, but if you have a hard time keeping it alive, definitely stay with the shield. We're almost at 100 likes, guys. Please, before you guys go, hit that like button. That would really help me out a lot. And anytime you're watching a video that you like, please hit that like button. That really helps out your favorite YouTubers.
Yep.
That lets YouTube know, hey, people like this video. We should let more people know about the channel. So please hit that like button anytime you enjoy a video, guys. Please don't forget.
Or hit the dislike button if you didn't like it. I mean, either or. We'll take either or, huh, Danny?
If you hate it, press dislike. I don't care.
Either
Do what you
or.
want. Do what you want. Hit that dislike. Hit that like. Either way, it's all good.
That's right. That's right.
Live from a distance.
Thanks, Cody. We appreciate it. Everybody that said thank you for today for us, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. Scorpion with cloaking units or overdrives. Man, that's a really hard one to answer. It depends on your playing style. I mean, if you're up close and personal, I would say go with the cloaking units. If you're sniping or something with longer range weapons, I would say go with the overdrives.
Yeah, and on that cloaking unit, Danny, is you don't have to stack them if they're high enough level. Now, if they're only level 1 cloaking units, you stack 2 of them so they work. But if it's like a 1 level 3 or 4 cloaking unit, just use that and 2 overdrives. That 1 cloaking unit, if it's leveled up 3 or 4, I run them and they kick in and work. I'll get a purple glow around my Hawk. When it kicks in, it's like a little circle. When it kicks in, so they work.
They're like dependent on what you're using on a Scorpion too. So if you got Havoc and Scatter, you don't really need extra damage from overdrive. So you rather go cloaking unit.
Right.
Now the cloaking units, though, if you have 1 cloaking unit installed, it only works once. If you have 3 installed, then your cloaking unit will work 3 times. So you got to think about that as well.
Right.
If you have 3 of them, it's going to save your butt 3 times. If you have 1 of them, it'll save your butt once. So
yeah,
it's kind of depends on your playing style and all that. Cloaking, yeah, that would be awesome if certain units like the cloaking unit and the Battleborn could recharge. There's quite a few things that would be great if they would have a recharge.
I agree.
Todd, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Venus. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut this one down. No more questions for the day. But thank you, War Machine, and thank you, Adore, for being on here with me.
Real quick, Danny, what do we got going on tomorrow, buddy?
We'll just be doing probably time drops tomorrow. All right.
Dual time, me and you doing the dual time drop, or you doing single and we're all time dropping?
Either way is fine.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Like if
Cool
you wanna join me tomorrow at War Machine, that's fine. We'll do some duos. It's cool.
Okay.
But,
sounds good.
thank you all so much, guys. It was nice to see AD and Adrian over here. I had some bigger YouTubers showed up, so thank you AD Gaming and Adrian for making an appearance. Always cool to have you guys over on the stream. Everybody, we had a couple donations. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Helps out a lot. You guys do have the option to become a paid channel member if you want. You know, if you want to help support the channel, go over to my channel, hit the little join button. If not, that's perfectly okay too. Those of you guys who just come out and watch the videos and stuff like that, I mean, that's a big support as well. I mean, a channel is only as good as its subscribers, so thank you guys so much for spending your time with us and watching the videos and coming out to the streams. I mean, these are just a really good time. You guys are all awesome. You really are. I appreciate every one of you, except he who hit the dislike.
He who hit the dislike. And we also want to give a special thanks out to Dora for stopping in today, giving us tech issues and stuff, tech talk.
Yeah, it was definitely cool.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you all so much. We love you all. We will catch you next time. So tomorrow we'll be back with a gameplay stream, and then Saturday we'll be back with a gameplay stream. Every other Saturday I'm doing some full squads. This Saturday I'll just be solo, okay? I won't be squatting this Saturday, but next Saturday I'll be full squads again. So Nicole, thank you so much. That's really nice.
Thank you, Nicole.
Nice of you. Really appreciate that.
Yep. Good stuff.
But yep, please try and remember to hit that like button before you leave, and we will catch you tomorrow, all right? Hopefully we see you all back here tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Thanks again. You're all awesome, and until next time, bon voyage. Hopefully that was the right word. Bonjour.
See you tomorrow.
Hasta la vista, and you know,
hasta mañana.
Some stuff like that. All right. Catch you guys later. Bye.
See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.